I grew up in church. My grandmother always made sure that we were always in vacation Bible school during the summers. And then every Sunday, we were also in Sunday school. So I was always in church. The church just was not always in me. Fast forward to me being in college. In college, there was the side of me who I really love the Lord. And then there's the side of me who's a little bit trifling. And so it just kind of merged together as like this perfect peanut butter and jelly sandwich is who I was. But at some point during college, I started to really have a strong desire to get to know God on a different level. I wasn't sure exactly what I was looking for, but I knew I was searching for something in Him. And so I started actually sneaking off and going to Bible study without telling my friends. And so one of my guy friends actually noticed that, hey, between 6:45 and 9:30 p.m. every Wednesday, you are nowhere to be found, which was true. And so he kind of pressed me, and I confessed to him that I had been going to church, which in his mind, he's like, well, hey, why are you, hiding that from people? And I was hiding it not because I was embarrassed or ashamed, but because I really didn't know what I was searching for. And I didn't want anyone trying to talk me into one thing or out of, something else. So I just kept it to myself. He kept my secret, which he was a great friend about it. So from 6:45 to 9:30 p.m. on Wednesdays, I would continue to disappear from everybody else. Fast forward a few months, I'm still going to church. I'm living off campus with two of my guy friends. Let me put a pin here. Hold on real quick. So I have three biological brothers. I have no sisters. So it's always been incredibly easy for me to make guy friends. So I do have female friends. I've always had female friends, but I also have platonic guy friends also. So at this time when I'm in college, we're living off campus in a small 3-bedroom house. It was Mel and Kevin and myself. That house was kind of like our little safe space. We would always be sitting around just shooting the breeze, hanging out, enjoying each other's company. Mel and Kevin, they smoked that 420. I didn't smoke, but I'd always be sitting around and I would be getting a contact, if you know what I mean, like a contact that would take you up, one of those. And so this one particular Saturday morning, we were sitting in the living room. It was early too. I think it was like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning at the latest. And we were sitting in the living room and they were doing their thing and we were just laughing and talking. And there was a knock at the door. So we're sitting there like, wait a minute, nobody's invited over. Who's this disturbing our peace? Anybody expecting company? And the answer was like, no. So Mel goes to the door. He looks through the peephole and he goes, oh my God. So we're like, oh my God, what? We're thinking it's the police. So Kevin's over there trying to like get himself together. Mel's like, no, it's my cousin. So I was like, well, open the door. He's like, no, I'm not opening the door for him. I'm like, why not? So then I get up. I go and I look through the peephole and I said, oh my God. So they're like, what's wrong? I said, it's my pastor. So then they're like, pastor, you go to church? Like, yeah, I've been going to church, y'all. I've been sneaking and going. That's my pastor. So we're behind the door and we're going back and forth like, oh my God. I'm like, oh my God. And my cars are outside. So all three of us had cars and our cars are parked right in the front. The pastor knows my car. So we're going back and forth. So then Mel's cousin goes on because he's standing on the other side of the door. Apparently he could hear us. So he goes, Melvin, your grandmother sent me by here to check on you. She hasn't been able to reach you. If you don't mind, go ahead and just give her a call so she knows that you're okay. So he was like, okay, all right, I'll do that. All right. So then he goes to walk away and he stops. He turns back because I'm looking through the peephole at him. He goes, Sister Candace, I see your car out here. Will I be seeing you in church on Sunday? And I was like, yes, sir. I'll be there. I'll be there. He was like, all right, then y'all be safe. And he left. Y'all, I was so embarrassed. So as soon as he left, Mel and Kevin are like, you go to church? I was like, hey, don't be changing the subject. Call your grandmother so she can know you're okay.